Ooh, Lord have mercy. Let me look at this stuff I'm trying to do this morning. Mm-mm. Let's see here. Oh, let me just check this out. See how this works. Right. Okay, so that works pretty good. Hey, I'm just trying out different stuff on here, kind of working, doing a morning check-in, um, kind of going over a lot of things that I've been seeing on social media. Some crazy stuff. It's the reason why I limit my consumption on here at times because people be wilding out big time. Now, I think the most interesting subject that has popped up on social media for me would be the whole situation between Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson, and Kanye West. Now, I guess I'm just going to give my honest, well, I'm not guessing, I'm going to give my honest opinion on the situation. I see a lot of people, of course, we all know that Kanye West really has not been the same since his mother passed away. She was an anchor, you hear me, in his life, a constant support, and a check system for him. She kept his ass in check and she kept him in line and she made sure that he stayed on task. And when she passed away, that all went out the window. It really did. And yeah, he has mental issues as far as from what I understand. And if I'm wrong, y'all can correct me in the comments. Him being bipolar. Um, and I don't know if any other mental issues are going on, but Kim knew about these things when she married this man. They were friends long before they got together. So you can't tell me that she did not know about what he was dealing with. And you can't tell me that she was looking at the bigger picture. I mean, he could be as crazy as he wanted to be, but as long as he had that star power, as long as he had those connections, because we all know the Kardashians crave that media attention. Any attention that they get is positive, whether it be negative in any type or sort of way. They don't care because they can turn it, they see it as an opportunity to turn it into money, into cash. So, you know, Kanye, say what you want about that man, but he loved his children. And that's what I look at. That's what I look at. You don't see a lot of men, celebrity men. Hey, TC. You don't see a lot of celebrity men get up on here and be that transparent when it comes to how they feel and how active they are and are trying to be in their children's life. And to see that being basically, I think everybody's just overlooking that fact. They overlooking the fact that this man loves his children. Hey, the real, I'm just saying, he loves his children and he's trying to be a part of his children's life. And when it comes to men, and especially black men, when you see a man trying to be there or showing up for his kids, you want to encourage that. You want to, as a mother, I would welcome that. I would welcome someone who wanted to have basic input on how their child was raised, who cared to know about what doctor they went to, who cared to know, you know what I'm saying, hey, do you have help picking them up from school or from daycare? Who cared and made an effort to pick them up when the visitation allowed? Who actually puts forth the effort to be a part of their children's lives? Who cares about what influences them, especially when it comes to social media? And I understand where he's coming from when he says he does not want his child on TikTok, that he feels like North is too young to be on TikTok. I agree with him. I made the mistake myself as a parent of introducing my children to certain aspects of social media because I felt like, you know, eventually they're going to make their way to it. I don't want them sneaking on it. So, you know, let them get on it. I'll monitor the situation. I'll monitor their usage. I'll monitor who they're friends with, who's speaking to them, and all that stuff. And it's at times that I regret it. I regret that I did that. I do. But to have a father say, listen, she's too young to be on TikTok. I don't like people looking at her like that. I don't want her to be exposed to that part of the world when she's mentally not ready for that yet. It's nothing wrong for a father to step up and say that. I more need to. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I'm looking at some comments on some places and they're saying, "Oh, it's about control. He trying to control her and those kids." You know, be as the may, yeah, he might feel some type of way. That he might feel some type of way that, you know, they're divorced and she moved on. But hell, how'd you feel when your relationship ended? When you broke up with who you were with, when your marriage 10, 20, 30, who knows how many years broke up, how did you feel? I'm pretty sure you went through some emotions and things like that as well. Come on now, let's be real about the situation. And then on top of that, to feel like you're being denied access to your children, and then for the other person, Kim especially, to know, hey, this man does have mental issues, he does have things going on. Why would you even push him to a certain level? Why would you even approach the situation the way you approaching it, knowing that you have they have 5 kids that I'm pretty sure love their father and want their father in their lives. So, like I said, even though I feel that Kanye, you know, he don't went off the rails on a lot of shit. But but I can clearly see, even though I disagree with some of his antics and some of the things that he do, I can clearly see through all of that how much he loves his children. And I can clearly see when he's being antagonized and when he's being pushed to a certain level, when buttons are being pushed. So I agree with him, and I feel like I agree with him in the sense of when it comes to his children. Now, anything else, that's on the iffy side. But when it comes to his children, I feel that they should have the co-parenting relationship that they have is very toxic, probably just like the relationship is. I feel that Kim knows that her children are a source of power, and she does what a lot of women do, and uses that to her advantage to manipulate the situation and get what she wants out of it because she's very good at doing that. All of them are. She got taught by the best. So I think the blame need to be equally placed on the both of them, not just one person. Not just, oh, he crazy, he this, he that, and the other. Last time I checked, Pete Davidson, who she's seeing now, he is not mentally together either. So if I'm wrong about that, you can put it in the comments as well and tell me I'm wrong. But Pete Davidson, hmm. So she went from crazy to crazier. I'm just saying. So her choice in men, just things in different in general, it hasn't been the best. Period. TC said bipolar is no joke. In my later years, I have met people who are actually diagnosed with bipolarism, and those not documented. It is hard trying to be a friend. I can only imagine co-parents. True that, but it's also this as well. I have one of my best friends. Not gonna say her name. Is bipolar and borderline schizophrenic. Okay, and when I first met her, I didn't know about her condition because she was on medication and um she was on medication and she was managing it very well. And I didn't know that she was on any meds. I mean, I didn't know she was on any meds. I didn't know about her condition. It wasn't until we started becoming deep friends, and I saw her have her first manic episode that I was very aware. And then when I became aware of it, I educated myself on it because I'm not the type of person to walk away from someone just because they have a mental condition or something going on in their life. I'm just not that way, especially when I've seen the good in them, especially when I've seen how they work, how they take care of their children, how they go about their lives. You know what I'm saying? I could not, me in good conscience, be like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because you crazy. No, I couldn't do it. So with that being said, Kim was friends with Kanye for a good little while before she started dating him and got with him. You can't tell me that in that time span that she did not see or know about his condition, his mental illness. And the first thing I would have did, was educate myself on it and try my best. Even though you can't force anybody, of course you can't force anybody to take their meds to seek help, to do any of that things. But you married him, sis. You took that on. So then you can in turn around and try to browbeat him with it as a means to get control over the children and over the situation that you both created together. Oh, thank you, Queen. So that's, she has to take accountability for her part in all this as well. And you can't then point out somebody else's mental illness and say, this is why I'm not dealing with them anymore. I can't handle it, blah, 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 blah. We might understand all that. But then you turn around and you're dating someone who has a history of basically the same type of problems. I mean, Pete Davidson has a history of mental illness as well, as far as what I've read, what I've been also told by reliable sources, that he's been questioned, his mental state has been questioned quite a bit. So you can't, nah. Kim, she wrong on some shit. She is. And nobody's calling her out on it. Not really. Unless they want to click in a view. And a click in a view is basically, you know what I'm saying, just basically from what I've seen, a lot of the videos I came across, I don't see really anybody addressing. I mean, they're talking about, like what's going on as far as the back and forth between her and Kanye and everything else. But nobody's addressing the fact that this man does love his children. Yes, this man does have a mental illness, but he's still trying to be there and be a father to his children. And whether you're a woman with a certain celebrity status, you don't have the right to block that man from seeing his children unless his mental instability causes a threat to their safety in their life. And I don't see that. I don't. I don't see that with Kanye. I don't. I just don't. I'm not seeing that. Unless it's things that's being unsaid, I don't see that. And we as women, we have to put our emotions and how we feel about a relationship that's ended aside and allow these men to be fathers to their children if they're trying to be there, if they're putting forth the effort. I don't care if they seen another woman, I don't care about none of that. Because in the end of the day, when your relationship ends with him, you still have these children that need their father, that need their mother. And if their parents are trying to be there for them, you need to allow that to happen. You have to take your feelings and emotions out of it, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how much pain it brings you. You have to take yourself out of it because it's not your relationship, it's their relationship. It's that father and, father-daughter, father-son relationship. It's the father and children's relationship. That relationship is separate and outside of the relationship you had with that man or woman. Just because your relationship ended with them doesn't mean their relationship with the children ends as well. Believe it or not, ladies, sorry to tell you, when a relationship ends, it's not a package deal. It's not. The children still have a right to continue their relationship with their parent, with their father. Now, if that man or said woman don't make the effort, or they're in a type of situation where they don't need to be around their children at all or anything of that nature, then yeah, that's one thing. But if that parent is trying and doing and supporting and showing that they want to be there for their children, let them. Cut that shit out. And this is coming from somebody who done been through it and had experience with it. Cut it out. If you want to get his son or daughter every weekend, every other weekend, let them. If they want to take them to some doctor's appointments, let them. They should have a right to know what's medically going on with their child if they're putting forth the effort and they're doing what they're supposed to do as a parent. Take yourself out of it. This is about your children. You know what, TC? That's a good question. I don't know. I know that I just know the only little history that I know is that they used to be friends. And he said it out his mouth on interviews, and she has as well, that they knew each other for a long time. Now, I forgot in what capacity, because I know Kim used to be a stylist, and she was already kind of like working with what you would call the upper echelon or the celebrities and stuff and everything else. One of her notable clients was Paris Hilton, and she also used to style for Ray J and Brandy. although it was a little debacle when it came to that, because I know AJ and Brandy's mother, who was at their management at the time, had sued her, claiming that she had stole money. So, you know, but that's about all I know. But that didn't stop people from working with her or from them to find a way, basically, to make their money and work with celebrities. That's what she wanted to do anyway. I'm not sure about the other sisters. But yeah, so I wasn't really planning on being on here that long, but what I wanted to really say was just I think that people need to stop looking at things from the surface and start looking deeper. They really do. And I hope that this situation get resolved, because I don't like the fact that it's playing out on social media like it is either. Um, but I feel like he is being cut. He feels like he's being slowly cut out of his children's life. And I think that that is affecting his already the mental illness that he has. And I think that's pushing him to use whatever avenues he can so that people see that he's trying, people see that he's putting forth the effort, so that narratives aren't spent. I feel like he feels social media is the only avenue he has in order to communicate, because it's apparent that they're not really communicating really well with each other. We saw that with the issue with North, with the I don't know if it was North's birthday party or which child's birthday party it was, but we saw that when it happened, even though it was said that they agreed to have separate birthday parties, still, I feel and she is well within her right to request that, especially if she didn't want to deal with any antics that she felt like Kanye was about to do. But at the same time, I just got the impression that um it's like, why? Like, y'all can do separate birthday parties, but I don't see a problem with him showing up there and then her showing up, because they have to show a united front when it comes to their children, not a division. I mean, that's how I feel. And I think he really wanted to be there for his child. And I just got a sense that I don't know how true that is, that they agreed to have separate birthday parties. Because then in turn, why would he act like, I mean, why would he, we saw the videos and stuff, how he was acting. So even in a manic state, I'm trying to figure out, if that was the case, then what happened to push him to where he felt like he had to be all over social media to be heard? So something to me ain't adding up. And I think that his mental illness, what he has going on, I feel like she's smart. And I feel like she's gonna use that to limit his access. But I feel like it's not because she feels like the kids are being threatened safety wise, if that makes sense. I feel like it's on some petty shit. I'm just gonna be real with you. I feel like it's on some petty shit. I really do. Because if that was the case, I think she would have separated herself from him a long time ago if she felt like he was going to be a danger to his children, or any other type of situation is going down because of his mental instability. But she stuck around. She made excuses for him and everything else. Y'all saw it. It was all on, so it all played out on social media. So yeah, it's she not doing it for the right reasons. She not. So I'm gonna say a prayer over the whole situation. I'm gonna say a prayer that Kanye is able to get himself to a point. I think he just needs to remember his mother. He needs to remember what she taught him. He needs to remember how much she loved him, the things that she told him. I'm pretty sure in strict confidence that kept him on track. He needs to remember those lessons. He needs to remember that. And he needs to stay the course. He needs to stop using social media as a means of communication when it comes to his children and go back to the courts if he has to. Take every mental test or whatever he needs to do to prove and that he is stable, that he's able to um be there. And I know it sounds messed up, but that's what it's probably going to take. And I feel like she's using the system to manipulate the whole situation, which a lot of women do that, not just her. I'm not above calling out people when I see they on some fuck shit. That's real talk. So it's just there are women out here who would be very appreciative of a man, especially single mothers who are doing it on their own, literally, are looking at the situation like, hell, at least he cares that his children are living and breathing. At least he is making an effort to be a part of their lives. At least he is trying to know what's going on medically, educational wise. It's not about control. It's about you as a father and as a parent should know these things about your child. You should know the name of your child's pediatrician. You should know the last time it shouldn't all be on the mother. You should know the last time your child got their shots. You should know these things, mother or father. You should. So if anything happens, you'll be able to step up and do what you need to do to take care of your children because you already possess that knowledge because you freaking care. You care. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. Yeah, it's crazy. Because he is really, you can tell he feels cut off because he keeps going to social media in order to express himself, and people are looking at it as if, oh, here go Kanye on one of his rants, and here comes Kanye. Y'all look deeper. Look deeper. You only look at surface level. You're not reading between the lines. You're not. You're not. So I gotta get to creating and doing some other things for my other channel, which I'm launching. The other channel is called RMRP Entertainment. Um, and that's the channel where I'm going to have my poetry, my short stories, and also original audiobook series, which is something that I'm creating myself. These original stories that will go on from week to week. I decided to take my channel and split it up into two separate channels because I felt like the path my first channel, Real Mamas, Real Problems, was going down. I didn't like it. And I have two very, just two different parts of me that I wanted to express. And I felt like audience wise, people would probably like it better if one side showed this, and I don't know if I'm making any sense, and the other side showed the creative. And I just wanted to make a clear distinction. And I also wanted to bring in different people in a different audience as well. So that's why I chose to eliminate the other channel. I mean, I still have it, my first original channel, which is Real Mamas, Real Problems, but I decided to split up the content on that channel, get rid of the content that I didn't like. And I'm not scared of starting over and doing things anew in the way I want to do them without anybody's influence, period. So with that being said, please, if you're listening, replay gang, hit that like button, share me out, subscribe. I'm trying to get at least to 500 so I can get that community board so I can start supporting other content creators and share their content out. And also, please subscribe to RMRP Entertainment. I'm going to put the link to that channel in the description box below this video after it ends. So I appreciate you coming through, TC. I appreciate you coming through the real. I'm just saying, spread the word, y'all. Real Mama's on some different type of ish. Have a good morning, everybody.